This is a good way to start the first ReUp of the new year. Good microphone check. I don't know if this is even working. We're gonna go 20 minutes with no sound burp. Anyway, we're going for it. Welcome to 2021. My name is Jason Delgado. This is the ReUp first episode. Coming out the gate swinging. Anyway, this is fun. Welcome back to another year. We'll see how it all turns out. So far, they got vaccines cranking out. They got people being cured. They got checks being handed out. They're just tossing out $600. They just want us all to be rich. You know, it's an amazing experience now to be alive. What a time to be alive. But yeah, in any case, you know, we're just doing our best out here. I thought I'd just get on the ones and twos and on the mic just to sort of greet everyone with my Nanook of the North beard. This is my creative beard. This is the beard I'm using to gather creative forces and energies from the earth. I don't know. When I get creative, I get a beard. It's like a hockey beard. I guess when the hockey players hit the playoffs, everybody grows a long beard. Same thing. Yeah, hard at work editing a movie as I speak about. You know, trying to just get back in a groove of creativity. I had a little bit of a situation go on here I did not want to discuss prior to the situation being resolved. However, the home I lived in had, COVID in it. You know, I had a close friend whom I live with, and they got COVID, you know. And people close to them got COVID, and so we live in the same, habitat, and so I had to find a means to get out, so I had to escape, and I was lucky enough to have a friend, a very, very good friend, a kind person, who was a lovely person, who was able to take me in to their home and allow me to stay there and work from there and do my thing from there as best as I could, but, you know, I was a stranger in a strange land, and so I had to figure out what was going on, checking in with the homeland to make sure everyone was safe, but still worrying about myself, getting myself tested and making sure I was safe. Just doing all of these things that I had to try and, kind of like on the fly come up with a solution for. And so I've just been kind of a band on the run, creating on the run, trying to do things, creative as much as I could, but, I'm tied to an iPad. There's no, I'm not at my desk. I'm not in my office situation. And so I felt a little bit out of sorts as such. And so I felt like I needed to, just get back home and get situated before I can get my 2021 re-up on and see everybody and see how everybody's doing. Just crazy out there. Everybody's safe here and better. And so, I'm just grateful to be back in my home and grateful to the kind people who took me in, to the kind friend who took me in, and to the world who kept me safe through this crazy time, because it was it's just crazy. It's crazy. You don't know, people are dying from this thing. And it's odd because I think at this point everybody knows someone who had it or who hasn't or whatever. I've known people who died from it. I had a close friend whose wife's mother died from it. And then just people, just in the world, whomever. I heard in the news recently that the guy who played the sort of the super nerd, South Park nerd in the World of Warcraft, BlizzardCon. I guess every year in BlizzardCon, these, people come out in their cosplay, pretending to be, whomever character they are. And this one guy came out as the nerd from South Park with the table and the sweaty, crumb-filled shirt and the computer, and he was very famous at that BlizzardCon and in that sort of community, and he died of COVID, and so it's one of those crazy situations where you don't know what to do, you don't know kind of where to go, mask up, don't touch anything, keep your hands clean, but everything's closed. The whole world is shut down, and there are people who definitely can die from it. And there are people who have bad complications from it, and that is just crazy. But it's like the whole world is closed, And so at this point, we've got to get something going to get that. Now there's like a third strand. It's just, it's one of these things. The reason I'm kind of opening with this is just because it's so current. It's on my mind. It's been kind of the thing I've been dealing with over the past, several weeks. Through Christmas, through New Year's, not being able to see anyone, just being kind of with the small group that you can be with, and just doing your best to kind of like make your best. And I've been very fortunate to have good people around me. But it's, it's tough. It's tough because it's like, you have this deadly thing around you and people are catching it. But yet, they're not helping anybody out. They're not, doing anything to sort of substantially help us out, I think. As far as like, they're tossing out these $600 checks and they're just saying like, oh yeah, that'll just sustain everybody. I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I still, have employment. I still have things that I can do to, to keep myself afloat. But these people who own restaurants or these people who wait tables or who do service jobs that are not related to anything but face-to-face contact, bartenders, you know what I mean? Like, they need to establish a whole new way of life. That costs more than $600. You know what I mean? I think people need to be, whatever powers that be, need to be very realistic about that and kind of change up that game a little bit. Because that is just not, that is not sufficient, to be frank. And so I feel like that needs to be the major step where, we kind of get this sort of the economy back in order and understand that, like, it's like, this is a real thing, man. This is not one of these, like, people are really dying from this thing, People are really getting sick. My roommates talk about, like, not being able to move for 7 days, not being able to do anything. Oddly enough, one of the great stories is that they say they could barely eat, they couldn't taste, they couldn't smell. They couldn't, my friend, writer, producer, couldn't write, couldn't read, couldn't watch anything even. Except the only thing they could get through, the only thing they could watch was Supernatural. Supernatural somehow cut through the fog and made a palatable, entertainable experience for those dying, possibly. So if you are on the doorstep, unfortunately, we bless it. This is a fun joke, but yeah, I guess Supernatural. That's the only one that'll cut through. That'll cut through the disease and get you safe. But I thought that was very funny that the only show they could get through was Supernatural. Like, we loved it. 2 seasons, brothers who explore detect the I guess these phenomenons, like, old school fairy tale stuff like werewolves and monsters, and they're these detectives trying to kind of figure out these crimes. But I was like, hey, great idea. Do that all day long. But I thought, yeah, it's funny that that's the one that got through. So I got to check it out. I haven't seen it, but I clearly hear good things, life-saving things, as they say, about it. Oh, no, hold on a second. All right, I guess we had a little technical glitch with the sound, but hey, I've been going a little long. This has been a bit of a long ReUp. I don't know, it's the first ReUp, so, I didn't want to, I wanted to sort of, tell what's been going on in kind of my sphere, even though it's not, super duper positive. It is positive because there is health related, but, it's one of those jokes where, like, I forgot what it was. I think it was Futurama or like The Simpsons. It was Futurama, where every time they show the news, there's a human broadcaster and then an alien broadcaster, and the human says the thing, and then they cut to the alien, and the alien goes, "Doom!" And I thought that was just so perfect, because it's, yeah, so I don't want to be doom and gloom. It's just, with it being so close to home now for me, being one of those things where, like, I see it, right in my face. It's, we got to do good. We got to do better. We got to sustain the environment, sustain the economy, get people back into a working situation and get people a little bit of bread so they can keep their chin up and pay their rent, because it's tough out here. But blessings to all. I wish everybody the best. And, I went through sort of a depression, through the holidays, just because, and despite having, close friends and good people around me, you get into these, these bah humbugs. Can't see my family, can't see my friends, New Year's Eve was, I fell asleep at 8:30. Woke up to fireworks at midnight. It was uneventful. And maybe, that's just a year, just to kind of pause and sort of, be whatever that is. But it just didn't, I felt anger, felt mad at the idea that I, was encumbered in this way. And I understand, because I know, we gotta get ourselves back on track. People are dying, so we gotta be real about it. But there's just this man, nothing. There's nothing. Can't do anything. Can't see anyone. We don't know where or what this thing is going to be like. And so we just kind of wait. I had a friend who was supposed to come over to a friend's house for Christmas, and they canceled just because they were like, hey, I'm feeling a little throat thingy, and I don't want to extend that. I want to make sure I get tested before, just in the event. And it turned out to be nothing, but it's just this idea of man, that's what it is. It's we got to be like that. We got to be like that all the time. And getting these vaccines out, super important. So anyway, my humbug kind of, story got, sort of got me down through the holidays. And I think the thing that picked me up was a good stern talking to a friend who kind of told me how it is, and also just being in a position of just being grateful for whatever we have. You know what I mean? Not seeing friends and not seeing family it sucks, but you still got life, and people are still alive, and you still have time. And this idea of, and I always talk about it, trying to squeeze something out of it, trying to force a situation. Maybe we can get together and stand 6 feet apart. Maybe if we wear masks and look at each other through glass, it's just don't force this. Don't be in a position where, I was getting mad at this. Why can't we get through this? Why these are the expectations I want, and I'm not getting these expectations fulfilled. And it just, you got to back up and back. Are you okay, man? Who are you talking to? Relax, dude. Be grateful to be alive. Be grateful that you're not going through this. Be grateful that the people you care about haven't, gone through a situation where they're hospitalized. Just be grateful. Just be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. And that's kind of what I've been about. Just trying to be grateful and stay grateful for that, because, a week or two later, things are somewhat back to normal. We're back in the office. We're back doing the work. We're back sort of, doing our best to make the dream come true, I guess, But but we're doing the best we can, a week later. It's just, you just get roped into a situation, roped into a moment. Especially around the holidays. You're this is supposed to be the culmination of the whole year and everything. And it's since it's such a crappy year, I don't know, I have this vision that it'll all turn around at the end, and then it'll thrust us magically into 2021. But, just another day. Just another day trying to grind it out and get through it. But I think one of the things that my sort of, my little sort of depression streak, my little anger streak taught me was to be grateful again. Just to remember, dude, you are alive. You have time. You had $600. Live the best you can. Live the best life you can, as long as you can, as best as you can, and give light to others and shine light on others, and try to be good. Try not to be an encumbrance. Try to be somebody who helps. Be the light. And I was reminded of that, and it was good to be, just because. Going into this new year, you want to go in with that, yeah, man, not this defeatist attitude, but this, thriving attitude. And we're going to get these vaccines. We're going to open up. We're going to get our creativity back in an open form where we can be with one another and laugh and not be scared and be safe and all these good things. But we have to have faith, as George Michael once said. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. This has been a good ramble, good re-up. I appreciate everyone listening or making it this far. My name is Jason Delgado, Nanook of the North Beard, which I've been trying to balm with this beard balm I got, and it does help. It is a softer thing, but it's still feel a little rough. But in any case, thank you for watching. My name is Jason Delgado, and please like and subscribe. And thanks. Blessings to you all, and we will see you on the next one.